All right, Mr. Les Bear. Come on, give him a hat. Les Bear. Thank you. Thank you very much. As I said to my proctologist, thank you for the warm hand. Ooh. Starting already. Well, I know many of you were expecting Steve Martin here today, but he could not make it. You can hear this. I met this girl, and she's just great. This girl I just adore. The problem is, she has much more than I had bargained for. Oh, what a voice. She's got that style. She's got the smile. She's got the walk. She's got the talk. She's got that zing. There's just one thing. She's got a penis. She's got that flair. Knows what to wear. She's got that face. The girl has grace. She's got pizzazz. Too bad she has a penis. Well, there's always some problem, always some flaw. Ain't that what they call Murphy's Law? The male genitalia, that's where I draw the line. Besides, hers is bigger than mine. My life's a mess, 'cause under the dress, she's got a P-E-N-I-S. Oh, thank you. I was in the supermarket the other day. Ladies online, the 10 item line, the express line. I look at her, she's got 30 items. I said to her, excuse me, lady, this is 10 items or less. You've got 30 items. She said, well, there's 10 for me, and I've got my daughter with me. It's 10 for her. I said, okay, what about the other 10? She says, I'm pregnant. So I went online, Ticketmaster. Went on to get Ticketmaster to get tickets for the Grateful Dead. And, you know, all the Deadheads, they all smoke a lot of marijuana. So on the screen it said, people who bought tickets for the Grateful Dead also bought tickets for the Wiggles. I had no idea who the Wiggles are. They were excellent. Speaking of marijuana, when I was... I've got somebody on marijuana right now. Speaking of marijuana, when I was younger, living at home, I had these beautiful marijuana plants that I was growing on my windowsill. And I told my parents they were palm trees. They would water them for me. One night, somebody slit the screen on my window and stole my marijuana plants. My mother was so upset. She says, that was at least 7 nickel bags. Well, let me tell you a little bit about me. I've been divorced a long time. I've been divorced so long I don't even remember my wife's first name. I just know her as Plaintiff. Yes, I remember one morning coming down for breakfast. She was boiling eggs, and she said to me, quick, Les, you have to make love to me right away. So I grabbed her, threw her on the table, made love to her, got done. I said, what was that all about? She said, the egg timer broke. Yes, and the funny part is, my wife was Italian. When we got married, she converted to Judaism. I'm Jewish, so she converted. We got divorced. After we got divorced, she met an Italian guy. They started dating, but when he found out that she was Jewish, he wouldn't go out with her anymore. And the funny part of the whole thing is, having married someone who wasn't Jewish to begin with, who was Catholic, my son was born on Christmas Day, my daughter was born on Ash Wednesday, and my wife left me for Lent. Well, being a single guy, The best thing that's happened to single guys, or single people nowadays, the internet, right? What are you drinking? Drinking? What's that? Beer? Reminds me of my ex-wife, flat and no head. Well, I've been waiting to use that line for a long time. So anyway, the best thing that ever happened to single people is the internet. And I have had some of the greatest dates off of the internet. I met this one girl. She turned out she was blind. And we went out, one night we get into bed. She reaches over and she says, "Les, you got the biggest penis I ever put my hands on." I said, "You gotta be pulling my leg." And then I go out with this girl, never saw this before. She liked to wear crotchless pantyhose. You got anybody here like that? No? No? Crotchless pantyhose. We get into bed one night. She spreads her legs apart. She said, "Hey, Les, you want some of this?" I said, "After seeing what it did to your pantyhose, no thanks." And then I met this other girl who had really large breasts, and she entered a wet t-shirt contest. She took first and third. Well, I have a girlfriend now that I'm living with, but she's a little, what's the right word, compulsive, and she's very demanding. In fact, every morning I have to get up and read her horoscope to see what kind of a bad day I'm going to have. So she has this fetish about the bed has to be made every day. Must have the bed made. She won't get into the bed unless it's made. She came home late one night, goes upstairs. She was livid. I forgot to make the bed. She was so angry, she didn't even see my ex-wife still in the bed. But one good thing is, she's into kinky sex. She likes kinky sex. One day, she tied my arms to the upper bedpost. She tied my legs to the lower bedpost. 20 minutes later, I had to call the sleepy salesman to cut me out. So let me just tell you, I was sitting on the couch one day, and my grandson comes up to me and he says, "Grandpa, can you make it sound like a frog?" I said, "Yeah, why do you want me to make it sound like a frog?" It's because Mom said, when you croak, we're all going to Disney World. And I'd like to tell you one story before I get you all involved. One of my favorite stories about this guy who goes into a bar, similar to what we have here, and he sees a big jar with $20 bills. He says to the bartender, "What's all the money about?" He says, "Well, we have a bet. Nobody's won the bet. You pay $20, you get in on the bet, you have to do 3 things." He says, "What do you have to do?" He says, "The first thing you do is you go to the guy at the end of the bar, you have to knock him out with 1 punch." "Great. What's the second thing you got to do?" "You have to go in the back room. There's a 200-pound female Rottweiler, and she's in a lot of pain. She's got an abscessed tooth. You got to pull the tooth." He says, "Okay. What's the third thing?" He says, "There's this beautiful girl upstairs. She's never had sex. You got to give her the wildest sex you've ever given anyone in your whole life." Guy says, "Here's my 20. I'm in." Goes to the guy at the end of the bar, 1 punch, knocks him right out. Goes into the back room, closes the door. 200-pound female Rottweiler. You hear barking. You hear furniture being thrown all over. You hear screaming. 20 minutes later, this guy comes out. His clothes are ripped. He's got claw marks. He's bleeding. He goes over to the bartender. He says, "Okay, now where's that girl with the abscessed tooth?" Okay, you guys are great. Here's a song that I'm going to get you all involved in. You only have to remember 3 words. Can you handle it?
I think.
Okay, good. Well, that's 3 words. I think so. Okay. You have to remember the word side by side. All right? When I point to you, you all sing side by side. That's right, side by side. This side sings the harmonies. You both sing harmonies. All right? Here we go. We got married last Friday. My girl. We got married last Friday. My girl was right there beside me. Our friends were all gone. We were alone.
Side, side, side.
That was horrible. We got ready for bed then. We were so happily wed then. We got ready for bed then. Her teeth in her hair, she put on the chair. That was a little better. One glass eye so tiny, one hearing aid so small. Then she took one leg off and put it on the chair by the wall. I stood there broken-hearted. Most of my girl had departed. I slept on the chair, there was more of her there. Thank you very much, you guys are great. Where did he go? I thought Peter left.
Les Bear, comedy and the banjo.